All children deserve the right to feel safe, to thrive and to meet their potential. Adopted and kinship children are no different. But because of their early life experiences of trauma, neglect, abuse and separation, they often need specialist therapeutic support to reach that potential. But what you may not know is that in April, government cuts to a Lifeline fund have had a devastating impact on some of the most vulnerable children and young adults in England. Cuts to the Adoption and Special Guardianship Support Fund have seen a staggering 60% reduction in support, from £7,500 to just £3,000 per child. Just think about that. A reduction from £7,500 to just £3,000 per child. For children with the most complex needs, the loss is up to 90%. And even worse, these changes were introduced without consultation, without warning and no evidence base. It's just incomprehensible. The reduction has destabilized families, interrupted therapy, and undermined progress many children were making.
On the 14th of April 2025, the government made cuts to the Adoption and Special Guardianship Support Fund, also known as the ASGSF, which means that the fund can no longer deliver the therapy our children need. The ASGSF is a lifeline that funds specialist assessment and therapy for children in England, therapy that can't be accessed any other way. The impact of these cuts has been devastating. Our campaign conducted a parent-carer survey over the summer. The results showed a stark reality.
Our survey has shown that since the cuts, families have been plunged into crisis. Over 98% of families surveyed are no longer having their children's needs met. Over 70% have experienced unexpected gaps with no support at all. Most families have seen significant worsening of their children's mental health. Families have experienced increased school exclusions and decreased school engagement. But behind these numbers are real families, vulnerable children and young adults.
We know that the right level of specialist therapeutic support at the right time can be the difference between a child thriving or merely surviving. Not having that specialist support will have an impact now and in the future. Care-experienced children and young people are more likely to struggle with school and employment, more likely to be involved with the criminal justice system and be homeless. And tragically, they are at greater risk of dying prematurely, including by suicide as a result of their trauma. This has huge human and financial costs and impacts on the rest of society too.
But it doesn't need to be this way. Does a fund like this cost money? Yes. Will it ultimately save more money than it costs? Absolutely yes. Adoptive and kinship families save the government purse upwards of £8.5 billion each year. Asking the government to properly fund the ASGSF represents one of the strongest investor-save arguments around.
This fund is a lifeline for adopted and kinship children. They should be supported and treated with kindness, given the right levels of help at the right time. We simply must make the government listen. So please support these children by signing the open letter to the Minister for Children and Families, Josh MacAlister, calling for a full reversal of these outrageous, despicable and devastating cuts, an independent, robust and rigorous consultation with the sector and families, and a permanent ring-fenced fund. You'll find a link to the letter with this film. It only takes a moment. Thank you so much for listening.